wait a minute. A DP? Oh, what?
Oh, no. This could be the turn of events. Dieminion needs this.
It's good. He gets a standing round. I think we're going to get an emphatic V reversal for CJ right now, or a DP. For just one more decision right here.
Good patience from CJ. Great patience. Activation. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Stop it. Good tech. That was a great tech.
Oh, the reactions. That was so smart. He just seen purple and did it.
Hey guys, Born Free here. We are at Defend the North. We're doing some short fireside chats. He's got a beautiful fire here. And we're here with CJ Truth.
What's up?
How the hell are you?
How are we doing, Born Free?
We're doing all right. We're doing all right. We're doing good. Now, it's good to see you. Now, whenever I see you, the first thing I think about is the first time I saw you, which was 2013, I believe. I'm not 100% sure.
Around that time.
Around that time. And you were how old?
I was 13. I was 13 years old, yeah.
13. So, for those of you who don't know, CJ Truth, in 2013 made, what, top 32
Top
at Evo?
32 at Evo.
At Street Fighter 4 with Fei Long.
Yep.
And it was unforgettable. And how old? So you were 13 years old?
I was 13 years old. Yeah, I was 13 years old because I started playing when I was 12. And yeah.
Oh
so
my God, so you started playing when you were 12?
Yes.
All right, so that's what I want to understand. So just talk to me a little bit about that, right? Because historically, what happened? So was that the first time you played a fighting game?
Yeah, it was. It was. I don't, except for like arcades, you know?
Yeah.
Like a little arcade and just, but I never knew what I was doing, right? But the first real fighting game I played was Street Fighter 4. And I used to buy a whole bunch of games back in the day. I was like I bought like everything, right? And I just heard of Street Fighter, I went and bought it. And I started playing it and I didn't like it so much because I sucked, right?
Yeah, okay.
So I put it on the shelf. And
Did you suck? Did you suck that bad?
When I first started, I mean, yeah I didn't know what was going on.
All right, so you weren't a natural talent.
I wouldn't say so. I mean, no, I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
I didn't know what a combo was or anything like that, or a DP was. But I think I got bored one day. I started browsing on YouTube and I saw like tournament matches in Street Fighter. I'm like, what is this, right? And I started watching all these matches. I'm watching like Justin Wong play Daigo and Final. I'm like, this is amazing. Like you can play a video game like in tournaments because I always grew up like playing sports. Right? I didn't know you could play a video game competitively. Yeah. So it's kind of like, I was like, can you actually get better at the game? And I started looking up like combo videos and then I started seeing like all the different strategies there are in the game, you know? And how you could do a combo. Like the first thing I started learning was like, oh, you can do different combos and I could do this if he does this. And it was just, I just got hooked. And I started playing like all day, every day, just trying to learn everything I can. I forced my dad to buy me a fight stick.
Really?
Check it out, check it. Yeah. The first stick my dad ever bought me, he didn't want to buy me like a $150 stick because he was like, this kid's gonna play with it for like 2 days, he's gonna put it on the shelf and never gonna use it again, right? Yeah. So I begged him so much. We ended up buying this $15 stick.
$15?
$15.
I didn't even know where you get.
Dude, it was probably worth $7. You would press the buttons and they would hurt your fingers and you would hear ding. Really? Yeah, they were made out of like metal.
What?
Yeah, and it broke like 2 weeks later.
Wow.
So then I like begged them to buy me a $150 stick.
What was it? Do you know who made that stick?
I have no idea.
I want to like Google it. I want to see this stick.
It was like made out of like pure metal. It was there was nothing, no Sanwa, no Samitsu, nothing like that in that stick. It was.
All right, so you're looking up online and stuff, right? So I want to understand this because you're 12.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, are you a studious person? Like, how do you take all this information that you're seeing online, which, by the way, back in 2012 was not as well presented as it is now in any shape or form. How did you manage to sort of, was it just pure passion? Like, how did it all come together for you?
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, I watched every tutorial video, every combo video.
Did you watch Vespa?
I don't know.
Vespa Arcade?
I think Vespa Arcade actually he probably was around. But I definitely watched him a little bit. There was I Play Winner, had combo videos all the time. I watched every one of those.
Chris Segul, shout out to Chris Segul.
Shout out. Yeah, those were big combo videos I watched, tutorial videos. I just watched everything, every tournament match I could watch. And I listened to so much commentary. FrameAdvantage.com was a big one.
Yes, I remember.
You remember that?
Yeah.
I used to watch all the videos, and if you actually listen to the commentary, like especially as like a guy who's never played the game or who's just learning about the game, like you could learn a lot from just the commentary.
Wait, so, all right. So you're getting all this information, right? So are you saying that you were self-taught, that nobody was teaching you, or did you then move into an environment where people helped you?
For the first probably 3 months, I was self-taught. I just learned what I could by myself. When I went to my first tournament, which was actually run by Jabali in Orlando. I found it on ShoreYukin.com, and I begged my dad again to take me out to it. And he was expecting like a 6-man tournament. I was expecting like a 6-man tournament.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting nothing out of it. It was actually a big thing, and it kind of like hooked me from there. And then once I was there, then I actually met some friends, and I started playing with them like continuously. And then it just so happened that like one guy would teach me a thing, another guy would teach me something over and over. But so you would learn just little things here and there. Like it was never like, I would never like get 50% better in a day. It was like I would get 1% better this day, 2% better this day, and it just kind of snowballed.
I think that's important for people who are, maybe not so good watching right now. Like it happens in small increments for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people watch Sonic Fox or something like that and they go, oh, okay, like I can do it in a day.
Yeah, he's been playing for like ever too, right?
Right, he has,
Yeah.
and I at some point I want to talk to him about his history, but a lot of people who look like overnight successes actually aren't. They've been grinding.
They definitely are. Like all the guys, a lot of the top like Street Fighter players, especially a lot of the American ones, like they've been grinding Street Fighter. They were grinding Street Fighter 4 like all day and night. Like a lot of them are like my good friends, like Punk, Smug, all of them, like Cammy and all them. They're all like my good friends. I've known them forever. So yeah.
Punk, I've never been able to get him to admit that he actually trains. But that's just his persona, I think. Yeah, I know. But Knuckle opened up a year and a half ago. He opened up about how hard he was training, particularly for Balrog at that time, who was a bit of a nightmare. All right, so you had your locals and stuff like that. You went to Evo, right?
Yep.
What were you expecting? When you went to Evo, were you expecting to go 0-2? Were you expecting to make top 32?
At that point, I was expecting to do like. I didn't know what I was gonna do. Like I had a little, like I'm not gonna lie, I had a little cockiness to me as a kid.
I mean, you were 13.
Yeah.
Right. So anything's possible, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're not thinking like this like Daigo. Like if you're gonna play against Daigo, you're not thinking rationally as a 13-year-old. You're thinking I could beat this guy, right? So I kind of thought like I could do well. But I think at the same time you also have doubts in the back of your head, especially at that age. Like you're kind of cocky at the same time, but at the same time you're kind of scared.
Yeah.
So they kind of balance out, I guess.
Okay.
And yeah, I just kind of did my thing.
Who did you beat? Was there who significant?
Mike Ross.
Oh, you beat Mike Ross.
I beat Mike Ross.
Mike.
That was my first like top player I ever beat. It was like amazing for me. And then I beat Evans from France, a Fei Long player back in the day.
Okay.
Long back.
Mirror match.
What? In a mirror match, yeah.
Okay.
It was just pools, then Mike Ross, then Evans, and that was my run. It wasn't the same way as it is now, where you have to win like 8 matches. I won.
There's a lot more pro players this time, and bigger. Yeah,
I might have won like bigger. 6.
But still an amazing accomplishment. I remember it standing out at the time, particularly because you were so young. Now you're 13 years old. So what was going through your mind as a 13-year-old? Were you a mature kid, or?
I don't know. I don't know if I was mature. I'm not sure.
I mean, versus your friends at school, like, did you feel like you were more mature than them? Or?
I mean, I think I was maybe a little bit, but I'm not sure. I think I think a lot of my friends were mature friends, so I actually hung out with older kids most of the time.
Maybe you were a little bit.
So I might have been a little bit.
So when you were in this tournament, right, at Evo, and you were winning, how would you, when you look back at it now, how would you regard your level of skill? like were you just like the dude who turned up and just fucking attacked a lot and somehow made it through?
It was a lot of
or were you like precisely with punishing people and all this sort of stuff?
Nah, it was a pretty like hold forward, just go get them kind of play style. There wasn't much of like working the clock. It was like I'm gonna knock you down and I'm gonna win from there. It was a really offensive style, which is kind of ironic because I've kind of turned that around.
You've changed now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about now then. Okay,
yeah.
Right. So you play Cammy at the moment. Okay. Well, before we talk about Cammy, let's just talk about how involved do you feel right now in the FGC? Do you feel like, okay, this is my future, or do you feel like this is a nice hobby, or like how do you feel about the FGC at the moment?
I definitely I love it, honestly. Like I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't love it.
How old are you now?
20.
20.
20,
okay.
yeah. So I love it to pieces. I'm not sure if I plan on doing this when I'm like 30 or whatnot. Maybe there's a chance of that. Yeah. But I always said I would do it until I got like bored of it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I'm not bored of it now.
So what else is going on in your life? Like are you at college or?
No, actually, I had a part-time job working at a restaurant.
Yeah.
But then I kind of felt like I could get pretty good if when I say pretty good, I really felt like I could really level up if I just took some time off from school, from work. I just put it all into Street Fighter, right? Yeah. Okay. And then my team, WBG, they fly me out to everything, right? They take care of me. Yeah. So I just I'm gonna put all the other stuff on hold. Working at a restaurant. I'll take a break from school to just go all in and see how good I can be for this year. And that's kind of where I'm at right now.
So what do you, when you're taking a break, what are you studying?
Or
what do you intend to study?
We'll see. It was undecided, but it might be something like culinary, because that's what my dad does. He's a beast. He's a beast of a cook.
I met your dad. He's a real cool guy. Yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe something like that, because I think that's so cool.
The reason I ask is because I kind of like trying to figure out if there's a correlation between what people do outside of fighting games and in fighting games, Because quite often you find people, sometimes people are good with numbers, so they love frame data.
I actually do love numbers. That's the thing.
Oh, there you go. And then there's other people who play musical instruments, and musical instruments, the crossover is amazing because it's the same thing. It's repetition, it's rhythm, it's,
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
All that sort of stuff. So, yeah.
That wasn't me, though. I never played nothing.
Me neither, man. Me neither. That's why I'm so bad at fighting games. I need a musical instrument. So let me ask you about Cammy.
Yep.
So I think you've been playing Cammy all along.
I played her since the end of season 1.
Since the end of season 1. Who are you playing before?
I played Karen, but that was actually, there was kind of 2 years. At the end of, the last year of Ultra Street Fighter 4 and the first year of Street Fighter 5, where I wasn't into FGC at all. I didn't care for the games that much, honestly, and I couldn't get myself, the passion wasn't there to try to be the best. So I just stopped playing. I didn't travel nowhere for 2 years. But then at the end of season 1, I kind of had that passion kind of come back, and that's when I started playing Cammy. And then
was there something going on at the time, or is it just more natural, or?
It was probably a little bit of both. Evo, when L.I. Joe went ham, dude, that had me
2016.
I was losing my mind watching that. I was jumping up and down, so that was so that kind of got me real passionate. And then I didn't play, and then I played for the next 6 months a little bit, but not too much. And then at the what year is it? 2018. So the beginning of 2017, that's when I was like, all right, new season, new game, new character, let's get it.
How long did it take you to adapt? Did you feel like it was hard to adapt from 4 to 5?
Yeah, to an extent. Yeah, for sure. I think it took everyone some time. It's a different
There were some people who picked it up pretty quickly. Because, people who, like Takedo picked it up quickly, but he's a multi-game player.
Yeah,
anyway,
he's unreal.
But there were others who, definitely took.
I think some of the guys that just played Street Fighter 4 probably had a bit of a hard time.
There was a lot of fundamentals that changed.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's
so
a little more anticipation, a little less reactions.
Yeah. Anticipation is a nice way of putting it. All right, so that's really interesting how you got into it, because you just sort of found your own way in, which I really think is cool. So let me ask you something else. Why did you decide to take fighting? I'm going to say fighting games. I don't know if you play other fighting games. Not
really.
Well, Street Fighter. Why did you decide? Why Street Fighter? Because there are so many other games out there. There's Call of Duty. Nowadays there's millions, but even back then, there was Call of Duty was a big deal, and Counter-Strike and League of Legends, and there was a lot of other things you could have been playing competitively. What is it specifically about Street Fighter that caught your interest?
Okay, well, there's two kind of answers to that.
Yeah.
One, I didn't know there were any other competitive games. I heard Street Fighter. I saw the tournaments for Street Fighter. you know, it could have just so happened maybe I found tournaments for StarCraft, but I just knew I didn't know any other games were competitive. I didn't know there were any other tournaments for any other games. I thought it was like a fighting game only thing. And then once I found out there were tournaments for other games, I never really had any desire to play anything else. So I like this game more than anything else, really.
Do you play anything at the moment, like for fun, like
video games?
Yeah.
I play NHL 18.
Do you play that as a team or as a just
No, just by myself. No, I don't got a team.
As an individual,
I just play online. I'm a beast though. If anyone wants to go at it, yo, hit me up. On Twitter, CJ_truth. Send me a DM if you want to play NHL 18. No one wants to play ever. I've never found someone who ever wanted to play me.
Really?
Yeah, not the tournament, but like I hit people.
I used to play NHL games because they reminded me of football, well, soccer. They reminded me of soccer games because it's, you know, you've got 2 goals, you've got players, you pass the thing around, the puck around. Like, I always enjoyed like hockey games, so I don't know why people wouldn't want to play.
Yeah, I never found anybody. And then, you know, all the people who want to play me are all people who think they can beat me but never played the game before, and then they get smoked. So that's no fun.
There you go.
I know there's someone out there who wants to play. 100%.
There's a challenge. All right, so I'm going to jump around a little bit here because these interviews are a little bit shorter.
Gotcha.
So not going to flow as well. But I want to ask you about. I haven't asked many people this question, but I'm going to ask you anyway. So imagine a world in which we had a Street Fighter 6.
Yep.
Right. Because it seems to me like Street Fighter 5 is pretty fixed now. I don't imagine them making too many more changes. So if there was a Street Fighter 6, let's say in 2 or 3 years' time,
gotcha,
and they were starting to work on it now, which is probably the time when our voices could be heard, right? What would you like to see sort of, I guess, maybe return to the game? Or what sort of style of game would CJ Truth like to see?
Ooh, it's really hard.
In Street Fighter 6. I mean, obviously, Fei Long you don't have right now.
That would be nice. I would jump on him in a hot minute. Like, I'd play him in a hot minute if they put him back in the game. But so a couple of things. Like, I like Street Fighter 5 actually. I do like the game a lot.
Yeah.
But there's some like the only like things I'm not a fan of are I think the priority system.
Right, the crush counter.
That could probably go away. The crush counters could probably go away. I mean, I don't mind. Like, I think the crush counters in like neutral is a problem a little bit, just because they kind of toned it down a little bit this year because of the nerf on the scaling. But it's still a little annoying that, you know, they could just be, you know, they could throw out a button and there's a chance that you might lose 35% and then, you know, knock down whatnot. But
yeah.
I would say I think comeback factors are good, right? But I think the comeback factors should be a little bit harder to hit, right? So in this game, Street Fighter 5, like V triggers, it isn't hard to connect with them, right? So like Cammy, like I do crouch fierce V trigger, like it's gonna be next to impossible for someone to completely avoid a crouching fierce. Like if they're gonna completely avoid it, they're gonna give up the whole screen because they gotta keep walking back, right? So you have, in order to bait out a V-trigger, you have to like usually block a move and then be put in minus frames. And I just don't think that's the way it should be. I think you should actually like, for Street Fighter 4, that's what I know. Like when you did an ultra, you actually had to hit the ultra. You couldn't just do a move, put them in blocks.
V-trigger and then, because the V-trigger gives you the time to do
I think you should actually have to hit them with something. Get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think the cheap kind of comeback factors are the V-trigger, like the X Factor and Marvel. Moves that you don't have to like, mechanics where you don't really have to earn your hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think they should kind of reverse that, make it so you actually have to earn the hit from your comeback with your comeback factor. What else? I think they should make the game harder. I think to an extent.
Mm-hmm. To execute, or more elements to the game which make it more, more universal mechanics, or how do you mean by harder?
I do. I think execution is a simple one, right?
Okay.
For example, like Ryu parrying like Chun-Li's super in this game is like extremely easy, right?
Yeah.
So if that was hard, and if it was like a one frame thing, like it was in Third Strike, and someone pulled it off, people would be going nuts. It would actually increase the hype of the game, I would think.
Yeah.
And maybe, like I think there should be in the game there should be certain characters that should be hard execution and some that should be easier to kind of mix and match for both players. Like, and the hard execution characters probably should have like some more damaging combos, kind of like
more
Viper.
reward.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you get what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much a staple of a lot of games which have like auto combos. So you can do the auto combo, but it's not going to give you as much.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to give you as much
so
damage.
like Viper and 4, you could do the Fierce into EX size mode, but you couldn't do, but if you did Fierce, which was harder, you get more damage and more, you know what I mean? So I think more things like that to an extent, because the combos in this game, they're just too easy, you know?
Yeah, well, talking of
harder.
easy, and I don't mean any disrespect by this, but...
I know where it's going. I know where he's going.
Cammy.
Uh-huh.
Right? I mean, like, there's a lot of hate for that character right now. And I got to be honest, I think she's one of the most boring characters to watch. I mean, she really is boring to watch.
I like her, though.
No, I mean, I'm sure she's great to play.
No, I actually like watching her.
There's a difference between playing and you like watching Cammy?
Yeah, I do.
You know what I think that is? I think that's a pro player level because you spot things that no one else cares about. You're like, look at that immaculate spacing. But like, you know, for me, who's a marketing person and wants to see Street Fighter do well with the casual audience, it's a pretty boring character to watch.
I don't know, man, compared to the other characters.
Yeah, but Cammy's like rinse and repeat, you know? Whereas, you know, I don't know. I'm always going to side with like Akuma or maybe Manat, right?
Okay.
These are the characters where you might see something that you've never seen before.
Gotcha.
Possibly, right? This isn't an uncommon opinion. This isn't an.
I get you.
It's pretty well known.
I think I'm in the minority
here. It's pretty well known.
here.
Like Nikali and Cammy are kind of like two of the driest characters I think in the game. So, I mean, I guess your point of view is that you like the character. Do you ever think about switching?
Not right now.
No, not right, and of course not, because apparently she's the strongest character.
Right. Well,
Infiltration made an hour-long video about it.
She's one of them. She's one of the strongest. But no, I would switch if I felt like there was a character that suited me better, that I feel like I could do better. Like honestly, I don't have really any loyalty to any character. Like that's not.
Like you have no loyalty to Cammy.
Not really, no.
But you have loyalty to Fei Long.
I like Fei Long. Yeah,
right, okay.
That's my dude.
That's what I was kind of getting at, I think. You know, I was trying to understand. So Cammy is more of a tool for you at the moment?
Yeah, it's just the character.
Function?
Yeah, I mean, Fei Long's the only character like I really kind of fell in love with.
Personal attachment to.
Because I've been playing him. I played him forever, right? But yeah, I mean, just.
So if Fei Long came out, you would, like you said before, you would drop Cammy and.
If he was good, honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie. If he was trash, I'm not picking him up, right? I'm gonna pick him as a secondary, 100%.
I mean, but Alex Myers doesn't play Sakura.
Yeah, he doesn't. He was jumping up and down in that video, and then he didn't even pick her.
Yeah.
That's sad, man.
That's life. But you're saying it's sad now. Let's wait until Fei Long comes out, and then we'll see how you react.
They gotta make him broken.
Yeah.
If he's broken, we in there.
All right. So let me ask you this question again. We're jumping around. What is your FGC unpopular opinion?
Oh, that's a good one. I would say, this is an unpopular opinion amongst certain top players, I would say, where I think a lot of people feel, actually a lot of players too, really any kind of player. I think a lot of people feel like there's the right way to play the game.
Oh, yes,
right?
yes.
Which to me is the biggest barrier you can ever put on your success, right? If you feel like that, you know, for example, like I shouldn't DP because it's risky, or wake up jab is scrubby, or something like that, right? If you feel that way, you're not going to be open to new options. Get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I do actually, yeah.
Yeah, you have to always be open to all. I think you should be open to any kind of style, all kinds of different ways of playing, different techniques, because even if you think they're wrong, just being open to them will help you in the long run. Because I think even if you don't do something you think is like, how do I put this? So you got to be open to doing different. You got to be open to all different strategies. Like you know what? Like Bruce Lee said. Bruce Lee said you got to be like water, right? Where you put water into a cup, it becomes a cup. You put water into a vase, it becomes a vase, right? So there's going to be a time and a place where what you think might have been wrong would have been the right thing to do, right? So the game doesn't have a way it wants you to play. It's just a video game.
Yes.
You know, at the end of the day, that's all it is.
Yeah.
So we should just instead of putting our mindset into the game. Like we should just kind of let the game. Like we should.
See, I get what you're saying. So basically, yeah, no, I totally do. So there was a tweet the other day. I can't remember who said it, but they said, "Stop trying to force the game to play the way you want it to play, and play the way the game is designed."
I wish I was as articulate as you.
No, I got it from a tweet. But essentially, the game is what it is.
Yes.
Right. And initially, I know that input from players can be heard by the developers, and they can adjust the game to something that you want. But I think we're at that stage now where that's probably not going to happen, and people will just have to realize the game is what it is.
Gotcha.
So you're either going to try and figure out how to play the game the way it's designed to be played. Because I slightly disagree with this idea that it's not designed to be played a certain way. I think it is designed to be played a certain way.
Maybe it's designed to be played a certain way from those people, but I mean that could change.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. But my point is, you know, you may want to play it a certain way, and unfortunately that might not work.
Yes.
And so you have to take a step back and go, all right, maybe this isn't like Street Fighter 4. Maybe this isn't what I expected from a Street Fighter franchise. I don't know. It's, you know, like every game changes.
I get you. Because, you know, I was in this mindset like probably last year and, yeah, for like the last year. I was in that mindset. And I earlier this year, I was like, you know what? I'm throwing all that out the window. And now I'm doing better because of that. Like I'm doing more on options. I'm more.
Well, you're like water, my friend. Clearly. Isn't that what Fei Long said?
Bruce Lee.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Oh, I didn't pick up what you put down. That's my bad. I'm sorry, Butterfree.
That's the play. So let me ask you about FGC transitioning into esports. Do you feel like there are things that are going well and things that are not being done well? Like, what's your feeling about the FGC's transition into esports?
I think it's pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah.
I think the lights and the cool production, I think that's all great.
Yeah.
I still think there's plenty of hype and people still...
There's a lot of people watching.
People still get nuts and people... Yeah, I think it's all good. The tournaments run on time.
Is there anything that you felt like, that was really cool? Like you don't, you know.
Oh. That's a good question. I mean, I just think the arenas are cool. Like the arena at Evo, the arena at CEO, like that was all sick. Yeah. And the productions, oh my God.
Yeah.
Just.
So that gets you hyped.
Yeah.
The scale of it.
It does.
The professionalism of it.
I do like that. Yeah.
They do it very well. They do it very well indeed. All right. So let me ask you. I want to ask you about. When you were doing all your studying as a 12-year-old and 13-year-old, and maybe now, have you had like favorite players over the years, or one that stands out?
Okay, my favorite, there's kind of two answers to this. I know it's kind of cheating to say two.
No, it's fine.
Right, but Tokido's always been the guy I root for, right?
Yeah.
Just because I think he's so cool. Yeah. And like, he's got just the mind of a champion, right?
Yeah. You're preaching to the choir here.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. And then. But Fudo's always been the guy I've always like watched and be like, yo, I want to play like this dude, man. Yeah. He's so good.
What is it that makes him so good?
Dude, just his reactions are unreal.
Yeah.
And then his spacing is unbelievable as well.
Yeah.
Right? So that's kind of what I want to be like. I want to have amazing reactions like him and incredible spacing like him. Okay. And that's who I've watched. Over the last like year though, it's been Fujimura 100%. That dude's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's wild. I wanted to interview him at Combo Breaker, but he literally had lost his voice. He was really sick. Like, we actually went. I actually had to see it for myself because I'm a bit pushy. So we actually went and saw him, and he like couldn't speak.
Poor guy.
And I was like, Well, but yeah, he's unbelievably consistent.
Unreal. Like,
you know, a lot of people talk about there being this game being inconsistent and too many guesses, but you know, at the end of the day. Not really.
I think that started to go away a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's gone away. Yeah. Like when you look at players like Fujimura, you're just like, well, I don't know. I don't think it's that inconsistent, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So do you train like properly? Do you train every day or not? Or do you just grind? Do you just play? Like, what's the deal?
No, I usually put in probably around 3 to 4 hours a day. I would say on Street Fighter, around an hour to hour and a half is not playing. It's actually watching videos. I watch videos and I'll go. It's usually in the morning. I'll go to my room and I'll just go to training mode, watch videos, and try to find different scenarios and whatnot.
So you're like, I like to get into detail here because that's the one question I always get from people who are up and comers. And
Gotcha.
they want detail, right? So do you sit there and you look at a video and you go, interesting, let me go do that in the training room?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. All right. So that makes that the majority of what you do.
Yeah, and then there's usually another hour to 2 hours playing every day.
Do you watch your own videos?
Oh, absolutely, every day.
You do?
Yeah, I love it, especially the ones I win. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool too. But do you take notes?
I'm not really a note taker. I used to back in when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I think that can actually, maybe for someone getting just starting, it could be good. But I think too much information could kill you in a sense. If you're playing a player and you have like 8 different things written down, and Street Fighter's a quick decision game. It's about trusting your instincts. And if you got 8 different things that this guy might do, you're gonna have a hard time remembering that, and that could get in your way of actually playing the game.
Yeah.
So I try not to. I don't really take notes. I might remember 2 or 3 things, like, okay, this guy likes to do this.
I guess you're doing it like every single day, so like it becomes a habit of remembering. But also like because you're doing it every single day, at night your brain is subconsciously thinking about it and all that sort of stuff. Talking of the mind. Mind games.
Yes.
This is, I think this is an interesting question because, I want to say at the end of Street Fighter 4's, really Knuckle stood out for his, glasses on, glasses off, guile stuff, and that's just, that's in-game mind games. I think there are mind games outside of the game. How do you think about mind games? Have you been subjected to them, and how do you deal with it? And also, do you do them on other people?
Well, I mean, I used to play duo every tournament back.
Oh yeah, because you and duo are good friends, right?
We were in the same state. So every local would be us in grand finals generally. Yeah. So he would always try to taunt me, but then I'd ultra through a sonic boom like a beast. So.
So did that get you or no?
I think a little bit. Like now it wouldn't get to me. I wouldn't be bothered by it. But back when I was younger, it did probably get to me a little bit. And I think it depends on the person playing against it, right? If someone's teabagging you or taunting you, it's your decision if you're gonna get it's your decision if you're gonna get disturbed by it. That's your choice, right? You don't have to be disturbed by it, but if you're gonna but you can easily let that get to you. But you could take a step back, and be like, okay, he just went up and down on his stick like 3 times. That's all he did. Right? It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But did you say have I done them?
Yeah. Did you, for instance, did you pick it up from and decide to start doing it back to him?
I never really taunted anyone. I think the only person I taunted was like 3-4 years ago.
Okay. So it's not really your thing.
Not generally. I mean, I don't think I've ever really done something like that.
You just focus on the game.
Yeah. I mean, Tokido, them guys, they don't care about mind games.
No, I know. I asked him about it. It was kind of funny. He told me that back in the arcade days, he was more worried about getting hit in the head by an ashtray. So taunts are a little bit of taunting is not a problem for him. And then of course the third strike guys, taunting was part of the game anyway. So
gotcha, yeah.
It kind of was what it was.
I wish I had a little bit of that.
Do you get salty at all?
Oh yes, of course.
You do?
We all do.
Okay.
Yeah. If anyone says they don't, they're lying.
But I mean, do you express it? Does it show up in during the game?
Not during the game. I try not to let it get to me during the game. I used to get very salty. It was not cool back in the day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, not
in a childish way?
No, I wouldn't scream at the person or anything like that. But I would just I'd just go to my room in a hotel and I'd be mad for an hour or so. It was bad, right?
Smashed up the hotel room like a rock star.
A little, maybe here and there, but. Nowadays, there's a little bit. There's just an upset about losing. No one wants to lose.
I know. So let me ask you about Cody.
What about?
What do you think?
I don't know. Weird character because he feels like he's very good in certain matchups, but then gets pummeled against the zoning characters, right?
Okay.
So Manat gives him the work, Guile gives him the business, right? They all smoke him, right? It seems like I don't think Cody's does. I don't think it's an even matchup versus Cammy, but I think he can fight Cammy. I think Cammy probably wins like 5.5, maybe 6-4.
Oh, okay.
I think so. I could be wrong though.
Okay. Oh, you're a Cammy player, so you're underestimating. So it's more like a 9-1.
9-1. I would. Yeah, give or take, right?
Sorry, I'm just busting your chops.
It's all good. It's all good. But he just has a hard time getting in. I think on certain characters, the no three frame, no reversal. That's a rough goal, I think, in this game. You know?
Yeah, I do. All right, so let me ask you: do you play any other video games at the moment?
The only one was NHL. That's really the only
one,
game.
okay.
That's the only game I play. Except for Piano Tiles on my phone. You ever play that game?
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah, reaction.
That's my game.
That's the reaction time thing, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I haven't played it for. I played it when it first. I think Eduardo tweeted about it. And a lot of people were playing it. At the time.
It's pretty addicting. I still play.
I stopped playing because everybody was so good at it, and I wasn't. I was like, I don't. You know, it's a bit like when people quit fighting games. I was like, my reaction time is not good, so screw this game.
Gotcha.
Like, I'm out. Anything? What else are you interested in? Like life-wise?
Oh.
What other hobbies do you have? Do you do anything? Like, you live down in Florida, right?
What up?
Where do you live? Florida?
Florida, yeah.
Yeah, like, isn't that like a beach?
Yeah, it's beachy, but I live in Orlando, so it's probably like the closest beach is like an hour and a half away.
You love Mickey Mouse?
Well, my pops works at Universal, so I'm a Universal kid. Yeah.
So free tickets have got to hit you up. But what is there other stuff that you're into? You said you do sports. Do you still do sports?
I mean, I'll run outside in the yard. Like I play like garage hockey a lot.
Oh, you do?
That's my favorite sport. Like hockey's my favorite sport. With my dad, we play all the time.
Is that like on roller skates or
rollerblades? I don't go on rollerblades. Like the only time I'll do I'll do ice hockey sometimes, but like never like.
But it's more like field hockey then?
To an extent, yeah.
You're on your feet?
Yeah, we just run out in the driveway. We have a little thing that looks like a patch of ice, and it makes the pucks feel like it's on the ice.
Okay.
Yeah, and we just do that.
Okay.
So that's fun. So I work out a little bit. You know, just hang out with friends and whatnot.
Is there anything that you feel that you're addicted to that you can't do without? It could be a game. It could be social media. It could be food. It could be.
Oh! Ben and Jerry's, 100%.
Ben and Jerry's?
Oh yeah.
How often do you eat Ben and Jerry's?
Oh, dude. Probably once a week or something.
What's the flavor?
Oh, my favorite. Oh, my favorite's they don't have it it's seasonal, which sucks. But it's called like Oath of the Swirl or something like that. It's oatmeal.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Bro. Oatmeal and ice cream is like the best duo, man. There's another brand called Jenny's ice cream.
Yeah.
And they got this oatmeal one, and oh my God, that one's all year.
Usually the other brands come in bigger tubs as well.
Yeah, but this one's actually more expensive than Ben & Jerry's. I'm not sure if they have it where you live in New York.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they have it in New York. They have it in Florida though. I saw.
Okay, so ice cream's your jam. All right,
yeah, it'll be in New York eventually though, because it's unreal. Yeah, so I love ice cream.
So let me ask you another question in regards to life. Do you ever, if things are getting you down, do you ever have like a mantra or a quote? You quoted Bruce Lee. Do you have something which you go to, where you go?
I actually have a quote up on my wall from Jeff Bezos, the guy who created Amazon.
Yeah.
It's wow, it's up on my wall. I can't even remember. That's not good. It said, I knew I could regret failing, but the one thing I couldn't regret is not trying.
Yes.
Yes, that's kind of the quote I live by.
That's an excellent quote.
Right?
Okay, one last question for you.
Okay, sounds good.
I think you already answered this one actually. If you weren't a pro gamer, what would you be doing? I
mean, okay, I would love to be an NHL player, but I'm not good enough.
Okay.
So that's what I would love to do. What would I do? I'd probably be a chef, actually.
Yeah.
As of right now, I'd probably want to be
Are you a pretty good
chef.
cook now?
A little bit.
What's your best dish?
Ooh, that's hard. I like actually, my favorite thing to do is working with cold food and like just making like really cool fruit plates and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know this guy, he's a beast. He works with my dad and he does like, he carves watermelons, carves ice. I want to do that. That's actually my favorite thing, but probably my best dish is probably like a risotto and whatnot.
Oh, I love risotto. Yeah.
I got you.
That's good stuff.
Come to the house one time.
Yeah,
Yeah?
that sounds good.
All right.
That sounds good. All right, you got anything else that you want? Anything else that you wanted to talk about that we didn't cover, or anything that you want to say to people out there who follow you?
Anyone that follows me, I love you so much. Nah, nothing. I think you did a good job.
Tell me about your team again.
WBG? Oh,
Yeah.
World Best Gaming?
Yeah, I feel like I'm doing this for your team, but like.
Oh, I really should.
Yeah. I always have to remind the players. It's like fighting game players. You
gotta make sure not to send this to my team now.
We're not quite StarCraft yet, so I'm there for the team.
World Best Gaming.
World Best Gaming.
They are team based out of Las Vegas, and we got a Gears of War team. We got a Beast H1Z1 team. I'm their Street Fighter player, and we're a fighting game team. We're sponsored by, I think we got Vertigear, we got GG Sups, we got a couple others really awesome sponsors, and we're just on our rise doing our thing.
World's Best Gaming.
No S on the end of world. World Best Gaming. Yeah.
All right, if you guys could hook me up with a Vertigear chair, that would be great. Anyway, I want to say thank you for the interview.
Thank you so much.
A lot of fun, and we'll say goodbye to these guys. So
see you later,
guys.